And hello, everybody. My name is Joshua Sheffield. Joined today
And
by Rebel. I don't know his
Rebel.
actual name. Yep. And I am acting president, but you already know that. So today we're on episode 5, and honestly, I don't know. I didn't know what to talk about. You feel me? So I guess we're just
Yeah,
gonna go off. We're gonna be a random episode, I do have 3 topics I want to talk about. First off, very interesting on the internet side of things is the Reddit blackout. Which, if you don't know, the the redditors have finally gone outside due to being forced to pay for basically bots. And so what's been going on with that is they announced that it was for a few days, which was a stupid decision, as the Reddit mods as the Reddit admins and the CEO decided that decided that you will stay open, and thus the Redditors crawled back into their basement. So yeah, uh, honestly, you could have done better. Oh, I'm sorry for that out of
no,
pocket laugh.
I have heard about it, but I never heard the full bit, the whole thing of it. I didn't hear every single detail of it, but that's crazy.
Yeah, so basically, what happened was is that Reddit began instituting a change that said you have to pay to use API. It,
Subscription base.
which which
Most
would
people
have been
don't want.
expensive,
No,
uh,
no, not no, most
according to
people don't
Redditors.
want. Most people don't really want to spend much on for just to use the app for say, but no, it may be different for things like Twitter, which is a whole nother weird thing, whole nother thing with all Twitter Blue, which was really fun.
Monetized blue checks are still cringe. I still have that opinion through and throughout. But yeah, so many writers, like they'll go on subs will private themselves for a few days. That's what they were saying. And the Reddit CEO in a memo said that it'll all blow over, and of course it did, like I expected it to. I mean, their first problem was saying that they were going to do for a few days. I mean, come on now. Making it obvious. Um, and then the Reddit admins have also forced subs to go back online. So it finally gives Redditors a reason to not touch grass. All in all, I just find the situation kind of petty, because oh my god, don't Star Cruise, silly cruise. It's I just don't know what to say on it. Besides, it's petty, and that's all I can really say. At least you don't have to deal with people leaving Reddit onto other sites. Oof. Yeah. Um. That's all I gotta say. Rebel, you wanna say anything on that?
Not much as I know of. It's just that the whole over blackout thing, just left me speechless. But it's nothing I can say much other than it's crazy. And while most people that spend all day on Reddit and are in the basement do need to be outside. Obviously, we were out be outside for that amount of time.
Dude, didn't you hear, bro? Don't you know, bro? They're allergic to grass. a single strip of grass would serve to bring extinction to Reddit. Typical urbanite behavior. But yeah, on to something else. Let's see. La 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 la. Oh yeah, Trump's speech after his arraignment. So if you don't know, Trump gave a speech at oh hold on a moment. So back to the Reddit thing. Cruz said that apparently they broke EU laws by restoring deleted comments, which is kind of cringe. I'm gonna be honest. It's just my internet humor. Um. So yeah, but back on to Trump's speech. He gave a speech at I think his the golf course he owns or
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's where I gave it. I believe. I think so because I've heard from the news. Let
I
me fact.
saw a fair bit about it. If I'm being honest, and he said he was still going on about well uh censorship and all that. And I mean, he does bring a valid point, but I also, you know, I'm also not sure, like if it is censorship, if it is a political play, which I do believe there is some foul intent involved. I do believe there is some foul play involved. It isn't a purely wholehearted investigation.
Okay, so yes, he did give it. He did give the speech. He did give a speech at his golf club.
Mm-hmm. And
So
he
you're right on
also
that.
and he also mentioned fascism, which which is kind of odd because I never knew I whether indirectly or subtly I never thought he would call out fascism subtly. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like I wouldn't want to I don't know. 'Cause I don't have very much else to say.
it's yeah,
It's just a whole nother topic just to get into.
it's a topic that's
It's
kind of been
another
going.
in hot water,
It's
boiling hot.
it's
Something I
it's
go into
I feel it's a topic that is kind of
risky.
no, not risky. It's been dragging on for a while because of media and all the politics inserted into it, which is saddening because
It's also just like with the Activision deal going on with Microsoft. It may not seem like it's like so because now while it may not sound political, they actually it's become a political with the EU wanting the deal block some area wanting some block Britain blocking the deal and then EU just getting mad and just letting the deal going just accepting the deal to go through.
yeah, I mean Activision's kind of shooting himself in the foot.
Is
Which
that it's actually Xbox because now while I don't also want to get off topic. We have well other than that it's just rumors of rumors or so that they've been stealing information from other people.
corporate sabotage. Okay, corporate espionage. Okay, well that could certainly be legal. Right? I still want to see if there's actual proof. I mean,
Well, that's what it just talks about. I'm not sure if it's accurate. I watched it. I watched like a video about saying about it, and I've been keeping up with it a little bit.
mm-hmm.
I've ever since then, but I haven't really much because I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
Same here, buddy. Um,
But anyway, anyways, back to the topics we should be talking about.
Yeah, I don't know about Trump's speech. I don't. It's
I don't either.
genuinely a dragged out topic. I mean, with something like so heavily politicized and so heavily talked about, I mean, you said anything you want to say, what else? What else do you have to say? Nothing. At least not for me. Um, but yeah.
Same over here.
Uh, in
Because
terms of
yeah, again, this is like to me, it's like is it boiling like water to me?
uh, so going was something I wanted to get into, for a fair bit on the podcast is it's for potential presidential candidates for 2024. I was about to say 2044.
2024,
Um,
and it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
no,
Possibly.
I can say this, okay? Let me speak, please. Uh, I there are, if you don't know, besides Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which is yes, that's what we're gonna talk about. Um, there's also other candidates, and I want to bring to light, you know, more more candidates from the Republicans and the Democrats, and most importantly, third parties, because I feel third parties don't get enough attention in this modern establishment. Oh, one of the 2024, starting off with third party, is I think, hold on, let me see. Is a man by the name of Cornel West, which recently on Twitter posted a video that claim that he is running for a third party, which is known as the People's Party, as they call it. And
Is it the people?
what?
I don't wait. No, I meant to say common sense. It's like in our part. It's not like a for voting. It's like to help other parties, but not major parties. Yeah, the common sense part. That's something that popped up a little while back, which actually I feel like is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gives a smaller parties a chance to win.
Yeah. So back on that. So Cornel West is not only a professor of philosophy at a Union Theological Seminary. I've never heard that. He also worked at Harvard and is also kind of a progressive activist, leftist type, which I'm not necessarily against. Well, yeah, he's also allied with the Greens, huh? Okay, but he's currently, trying to get his footing in there, which I like that he's trying to get his footing, no matter his ideology, because we do need third parties. I'd say, and I'd argue that we are in a need for third parties. Doesn't matter which, as long as they're not tankies or Nazis. As long as they're not that, I'd say we need a third party.
And we need to give him a chance to win, or at least make it to
Mm-hmm.
the final vote.
Because the thing is, we haven't had a third party candidate that has made an impact since Ross Perot.
Ross Perot.
Ross Perot, yeah, he was
Oh, Ross.
oh my god, on the background of me doing. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I have to say. I can't I like Ross Perot. I like some of his. I like quite a bit of his ideals. And I believe he could have made a rather actual change, albeit challenging for him, since he was going up against a solidified establishment. But we need another Ross Perot or somebody that can actually bring a challenge to the establishment. That's what I'd argue. And yeah, Cornel West. I may check him out, but I also want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know how to say that. I probably butchered the hell out of that. So I probably butchered that. I'm just gonna call him Vivek. So Vivek is currently running for the running for president for the Republicans in 2024. In which I'm not gonna lie to you, but 2024, the candidates for the Republican Party is gonna have are very diverse. I mean, you got former governors, you got Larry Elder, you also got Mike Pence and Vivek. Um, Vivek, from what I heard, I do agree with what kind of some things. Like I do agree with his with some of his viewpoints, but I like some removing civil service protections and setting up greater checks and balances for agencies. Um, what I also don't like, some things I just don't like. It's like he wants to raise voting age to 25. I mean, I don't think. I mean, there's been kind of Republicans trying to call for raising
Voting
the
age,
voting
vote
age.
25. Why?
Yeah, it's dumb. It's really dumb. I mean,
And then
especially
well, at the same time, you have to also have to think about it. Well, wait, wasn't it 25 before it was changed to lower to 18?
it was
Because
21.
oh, well, because it was lowered because the people back like why are we going to have the voting age high, but let the people fight for their country at 18.
Yeah, yeah. I'd rather just keep it as
Which
is.
is
There's
a very good point. Which is a good arguing point. Like why be able to go and risk your life but can't vote? Honestly, just keep voting at age of 18.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's
And
also gonna come back to bite them in the ass because the
they're not
moment
going to
they
get
say, "Can
because
I
although because, yeah, I can see that coming back to haunt them.
can I just speak for a moment?"
Sure.
And yeah, uh, uh it's really I just find the situation where I find the argument for raising the voting age is because Gen Z is not fit to vote or be in government. They're not mature enough. Okay, like just because we don't conform to your old worldview means we're immature. I mean, I don't agree with my parents on most. Look, I'm just gonna say it right here. The fact that you would call us immature and not ready for it, for lacking professionalism, for all that. I mean, really, why? I mean, why do you think that is? I'm not going to be so professional like on this podcast. I mean, I may not be so cordial, but at least I've tried to maintain my decency. Okay, that is something I will admit. And to be called immature and not well suited for this type of thing politics. It's just I find it just ridiculous, blasphemous even. It's just dumb overall. Come on now, and you're trying to get Gen Z voters. Good luck. Good luck with that vote arguing point.
Yeah, can I mention something about the raising voting age?
Yeah.
I found something, and it's from like a one thing that said from Washington Times. So it says about about the guy wanting to raise it to that 1825 unless Americans serve in military or pass the civics test. Which honestly, if you remember back then, well, I'm not going to say much, but if anyone knows, then you know.
Yeah, I do think it should be, kind of mandatory to take a civics class is in school.
Most people take civics class sometimes. I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, did Mike's back yours.
Ugh. But yeah, it's just kind of it's not going to go well at all. Um, but yeah, is on to other candidates. I mean, rest of these kind of. Excuse me. Yeah, most of these candidates I don't see interesting. I mean, you got Nikki Haley, Larry Elder, Meatball Ron, Italian Fatty Chris Christie, typical high school nerd Doug Burgum, North Carolina. I mean, dude, that's just. Yeah, that's that's kind of. I did not mean to go that dirty on Chris Christie, man. I apologize, okay, for that remark. And then you got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the most interesting presidential Democratic candidate 2024. And it's actually kind of, getting somewhere in the Democratic Party. So I do agree with, if I'm being honest, one thing I like about RFK Jr. is that he's a Kennedy, first of all. And as we all know, nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. That's wrong. Anyway, so the son of Robert F. Kennedy, and then nephew of John F. Kennedy, former president, really trying to go on talking points. More basically going on the old Kennedy talking point. And one thing I do like is that he's going to continue his father's legacy, because he said in a speech he's gonna do what his uncle did, take the CIA, scare them to 1,000 pieces, scare them to the winds. And honestly, I want to see him. I'm rooting for Kennedy, because there has
Same here.
never been a president since managed to capture and entice America like a Kennedy. We need a Kennedy. And you know what else there hasn't been since Kennedy? A president that has lambasted the CIA and the FBI since Kennedy. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. He's definitely being targeted. And I'm being full genuine here. If they do try to target him, if they do try to assassinate him, with the whole thing on nothing bad ever happens to the Kennys. If since he says those comments, if they ever try anything, or if they ever get caught red-handed, they ever get caught with their pants down, butt naked, we will know it was them. They could pay a guy to kill him. It would be them, you know. And they can't hide it, really. Sooner or later, they're gonna know it was them, even if it's confirmed or not. Ugh. And he does know a lot too, since he is a Kennedy. So I think he knows stuff that, but we may not entirely know. Man, I just hope he's careful. If he were to ever get targeted, if I'm being honest, but either way, I'm rooting for Kennedy, man. It's the only actual candidate I would properly support. And that's saying a lot, because I am not at all a fan of the establishment. Kennedy is establishment. But you know what separates the Kennedys from the establishment? Despite the, scandalous behavior of John F. Kennedy, he still had the cojones to, lambast the FBI, blast the military. He also maintained his morals, like shutting down. It was an operation to, murder thousands of American citizens, and then framed the Cuban government for it, start a war. He was also the one that helped us got to the moon. So what separates so you asked me why I would root for the Kennedys? Because the Kennedys have balls. Because the Kennedys have some sanctity and dignity, despite, their kind of whorish behavior. Well, JFK's whorish behavior, no doubt. But they have balls, and that's why they won. That's why JFK won. And that's why RFK could have won. So yeah, I feel that. I'm a Kennedy fan till the day I die. And then, so yeah. Marianne Williamson. I don't know about Marianne Williamson. Joe Biden. Ugh. Trump. Ugh. Just gross. Yeah. I've been going on a rant for like 10 minutes. Okay. Rebel, you may speak now. Is there anything you want to say?
No.
Okay, then. One thing I do want to say is, I just feel 2024 is going to be a pretty controversial election, because we are getting to a point where things are getting pretty tense in our history. Sooner or later, something bad is going to happen. There is going to be something that will set off a cascade of events. We don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know when. I don't know how. But things are getting tense, and they're bound to get more tense at this rate. There is a crisis coming pretty time soon. But despite the Despite my prediction telling and my sources being the voices in my head, don't worry, I'm not schizophrenic.
You okay?
My throat is gets so dry, having a coughing spell. Always stay hydrated, folks. Sorry if I jump scared you. But yeah, in another topic, Republicans have decided that they're going to attack free. They're going to ban universal school lunches.
I'm just gonna say, no, no, you want to talk about this mainly, but I think it's just crazy how it shouldn't be happening. Because most of the time, because it's mainly the reason why now school lunches are becoming more free to students is because to us students and anyone else, because it's all because it comes down to if the family don't have any money to be able to pay for the kids to get lunch or even get stuff needed to make their lunches from home. So if it's so that way, be able to have lunch for free.
If
And I
I'm
think
being honest, as someone who's gone through school, signed up to free lunches because my parents couldn't afford, lunch. My mother couldn't afford lunch, and God, I just love my mother, okay? And we mostly had to live off of food stamps or, nonprofit. There's a food place where I live where they would give out food for absolutely free, and we got that. Especially when things were tight and where we couldn't afford food. And I gotta say, if we didn't have that, and if my mother couldn't sign up for free and sign me up for free school lunches, we would have been worse off. Because my mother at the time was a high school dropout that was making $7 an hour. At her best, $9 an hour. Having to pay $900 in rent, you could see. I kind of think back then, because if we didn't have that, we would have been so screwed. It would be unimaginable. I'd probably be living with my aunt. But yeah, that's what happened. So, and I gotta say, taking taking food stamps, taking yeah, EBTs, taking away EBTs, taking away free school meals to other children that need it. I may have gone to a good school because we lived in a decent area, but that didn't mean that we were well off. To take that away, to take EBTs away, to take food stamps away, free school meals away from other kids that need it, from other kids that are not so fortunate to be able to to bring food to school, from other kids, taking that away from kids who may go hungry at home, that is fucking maddening. Excuse my language, but as someone who, you know, survived off that type of stuff, it is disgraceful for these politicians to argue going against free school meals. I wonder how many people will be worse off because of actions like this, taking away free school meals, making sure people have to pay when some of those kids can't pay that. Some of those kids ain't getting money. They ain't getting chores. They ain't getting paid babysitting. They ain't getting paid doing chores. And that's just fucking. I mean, how the hell can you be this fucking snobby and this goddamn moronic, so out of touch, to think that this is remotely a good idea? Many more kids would go hungry if you were to take this away. I guarantee you. Like, it's just fucking. I don't. I try to act like, all nonchalant and cool, but this just fucking makes me mad. It didn't. It's stupid and it's moronic and it's dumb and cringe and I'm kind of not so fond of taking that away from other kids, especially kids who need it.
It's something I can agree with, and I just like to mention that about a quote that I made and I said from the first podcast I was on. We are blinded by violence and hatred. This feeds our hunger for greed as our nation falls. We ignore our lives. Now the section that says this feeds our hunger for greed is literally almost as if the exact same thing that just related to Republicans wanting to ban free school lunches.
It's just,
it's just time. It's time. It's time we just stop letting make stupid decisions and actually just start just telling them, hey, no, it was stupid. Like, I'm not saying like we go over or like protest and all peacefully, obviously, or make petitions.
You think petitions would work? Stop.
Yeah.
Petition saying stop the war in Sudan. 200 out of 500 signs.
It's always worth it. It's always worth trying. If you don't try, you don't try. But I'm not gonna be the one putting it up. I just think it's stupid, just the way they're doing it. But anyways, you can speak now.
And besides that rant, man, I ain't got nothing else to say. Oh, gang. Guys, fellows, anybody listening to this video that has gotten to this point, I have some very important news, me-wise, I have to bring. So, dude, so get this. In 11, in 1, 3, 4. Sorry. In 11 days, I will be a legal adult. And I will be 18. And you're probably wondering, why are you so happy to be 18? Shouldn't you be dreading life? I mean, I kind of am, but still. This gives me, as founder and president of the National League of America, gives me more opportunities to do more things for this organization. So, one, I can open up my own bank account. I can open up a bank account for the PAC. It also means that we can also get a actual website going. And some more opportunities that I don't even know about. So, yeah, if I'm being honest. And that's the first important announcement. Second important announcement is that in May of 2024, National League will be taking current people that are going right now. Me, my secretary, and Secretary of State. and I think maybe some others, maybe not. But we will be going to the Libertarian National Convention in 2024 in Washington, D.C. Now, why are you saying this? Is because I've decided, I kind of want to make it public. Um, there is definitely I can put the Discord down, which is where we record this every Saturday. And if you want to help, if you want to help out, if you want to help me out, if you want to help volunteer for this, or you go join the Discord, you can in the YouTube description. But yeah, besides that, it is great to be actually working on this organization, working on this, building it up, and actually doing things. Because I'm gonna let you in on something now. There are probably gonna be more things coming within throughout the year, later this year, onto the next year, and more. And I am glad to actually be putting my heart and passion into something that, of course, may be small, of course, may be insignificant, but it is something nonetheless. And I'm just glad. I want other people to be a part of this. I want other people that can help and be a part of this, because the more people that actually want to help, the more people that actually want to work, build something from the ground up, grassroots type stuff, are more the better. I didn't necessarily get this thing going the first time, or the second time, or the third time. I got it. I got this organization off the ground at like my sixth or seventh try, maybe my eighth or ninth. Yeah, I did not stop, and since I've gotten it, since we're getting somewhat off the ground, we're pulling ourselves by our bootstraps. God damn it, I am not stopping. You cannot stop me from doing. Cannot stop me from continuing, Batman. Okay, besides the cringe, um, you know, it's good. I genuinely like to be working on this. Now, in terms of other things, I don't know what else to say. Rebel, do you have anything else to say?
No, not at this moment. And if I am able to come to to anything that's coming up, then I will be able to, like you mentioned, for the libertarian thing, but probably not.
Okay. I hope you can come,
But
bro.
it's a big step.
We are taking big steps, and we are taking those big steps in stride. I finally will like the day we can start doing IRL stuff instead of, internet shit. You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah. So if that's it, if that's all we can say, I'm just gonna go about and chill. Probably grind some Call of Duty. Cold War's actually better than Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare 2. It's still better
And
than any of those other games.
I'm about to be playing some GTA 4 Liberty City episodes from Liberty City.
All based. I want. I need to get GTA 4 again. I probably won't though.
I got two games, GTA 4 and then GTA episodes from Liberty City for on total of $20, which are really good games.
$20?
Yeah,
Where? Where'd you get it?
disc replay.
Oh,
There's a
course.
disc replay near me, near my school.
I
That's where I'm
can.
going to
I
speak of disc replay. That's where I applied to work at during the summer.
Oh, nice.
So and they guys said that they usually get back within like 2 days. but they got back to me with like within like minutes.
Damn, they got fast. Yeah. So I guess that's it. This has been Joshua Sheffield, recording every Saturday and posting every maybe Sunday. Joined by me, Rebel, and I hope not me, Rebel, person named Rebel. But yeah, I just completely throw off my outro.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, it has been Joshua Sheffield or Joshua, and I hope you have a good day. I will see you all later, and I love every single one of you from the bottom of my heart.
And
Good
this has
night.
been Rebel signing out.
Signing out.